Well, you have this whole high of being on this really dope #1 project.
#1 album, your favorite album.
Everything else like that.
Yes.
But then life has a way of kind of humbling you really quickly. So we talked about Young Scooter earlier. You did his first mixtape, convinced him to rap. You know, he went on to have a career. But then a tragedy happens a few days ago. Were you in contact with Young Scooter up to this point?
Yes.
Okay. So Scooter is celebrating his 39th birthday party.
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
It's happened during the day.
This was during the day. Okay,
His
but he
birth-
turned
his day of his
39 that
birthday.
day. So a phone call comes in from a woman claiming that there's a woman being like held hostage and so forth, and the police arrive. Why do you think Scooter ran when the cops showed up? Because he wasn't doing anything. From what I understand, this was like almost a prank call, or it was almost a swatting incident.
I don't know. I think I was raised, I think we always raised to the police knock on the door, run. Especially if you don't know what's in the house. You don't know who's here. You don't know. You don't want to get caught in the situation. You don't know.
Well, he ends up running from the police. He jumps a fence and ends up having a really horrific leg injury, I think.
Hurting his leg, breaking his leg.
And they take him to the hospital, but he passes away. When you first heard the news, what did you go through?
Straight to the hospital.
Oh, you went to the hospital to go see him?
Yes.
What happens by the time you arrive?
Just mixed information. Nobody really knew what was going on. They was taking his body to another place, examiner office, and holding him because when it happened on the weekend.
I mean, when I first heard, because at first the news was different. First, it's like Young Scooter was shot by the police.
That's what the actual doctor said.
Really?
The doctor said it.
He told you that?
His mother.
The doctor told Scooter's mother that the police had shot him.
Not the police shot him. Let me rephrase that. That he was shot.
Okay. Well,
not the police that shot him. Let me correct that.
I'm not a medical doctor, but I think I could look at someone and say this is a bullet wound versus a broken leg. They're not really all that similar. So why would a medical doctor say something different than what the police are saying?
I got there like he died 30 minutes before I got there.
Okay. Sorry for
And I was just confused because her heart is broken. So she's explaining to me, this is what's happening. And I'm talking to his son, and his son says his leg is broke. So I'm asking her, like, he's saying his leg is broke. They never said that. And she said, no. They say he's been shot. I said, he's been shot. She was like, yeah, he has a lot of blood in his chest area. He's been shot. But his son is telling me that his leg has been broken. So that was the confusing part.
Well, what's the actual truth?
His leg was broken and main artery.
Why would the doctor tell his mom the wrong information? Yeah. I mean, did you break down in the hospital?
No.
No. Yeah, man, it's sad. It's sad. It seemed like him and Future maintained a great relationship. I mean, he was free bands.
Of course.
You know, they always did stuff together and
Shout out to Future.
so forth.
Shout out to Future, of course.